Hi there, guys. Here I am going to be giving you my response to movie pilots, movie marathon. Watch these ten game-changing horror films before your next. And before your um, your next is a film that's recently going to come out that I honestly am not interested in. I think that looks really stupid, and doesn't look. Nothing about it truly grabs me. It just looks like a typical fucking home invasion movie. A typical fucking home invasion movie that honestly, a lot of people, it's been getting rave reviews from people in the independent film festival circles that this film has been through. But honestly, I don't really give a fuck about your next. We already had to me, the definitive house a home invasion movie with The Purge this year. The Purge, The Purge makes your next look like fucking retarded juice. The Purge was a great film. I love The Purge. The Purge was fantastic. 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 If you see it pronounced fantastic, when it gets to the stick part, doesn't it sound similar to dick? This is me being immature, but whatever. Yeah, your next doesn't look good. But here's their top 10 films to watch, and I'm gonna skim through it and say, skim through it and see why why you need to watch these films before you do. I'm just skimming it through. I'm sorry. Wow. It says here your next is currently sitting at a ripe 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critically, that's better than both Evil Dead and the recent Evil Dead and Conjuring. I could understand the criticism, positive criticisms towards The Conjuring, because The Conjuring was James Wan actually providing you with a good film. His second good film. The rest are shitty fucking movies, and that's Dead Silent and Death Sentence and The Conjuring. Don't understand why The Evil Dead is getting that, but whatever. Okay, the first one on their list is Psycho 1960, and they have a trailer. Okay. Yeah, that's heavily debatable because I'm pretty sure Peeping Tom. There might have been another one. There's always people out there who like to make things come and be more. Yeah, there's probably a few slasher films, but to my knowledge, Psycho was the first one, and yeah, I'm checking up the. Okay, Psycho came out September 8th, 1960. Let's see what Peeping Tom came out. Peeping Tom came out May 15th, 1962. But apparently on IMDb it says 1960. Maybe he had a delay. So, yeah, I think it's debatable between those two films of which one's the first slasher film. And yeah, Psycho was a good movie. I liked Psycho. The original Psycho was good. Psycho 2 was good. Psycho 3 was good. Psycho 4 was good. The Psycho remake is underrated. Yeah, I kind of enjoy the Psycho remake. So there's not a single bad Psycho film out there. And Psycho is definitely well deserving on this list. Yeah, let's play the trailer, because I want to make an extra lengthy one.
Here we have a quiet little motel, when in fact it has now become known as the scene of the crime.
You have a vacancy?
Oh, we have 12 vacancies.
Isn't this the first place that looks like it's hiding from the world?
And while you're...
I think that we're all in our private traps, clamped in them. And none of us can ever get out.
Is anyone at home? Oh, that must be my mother.
Is anything wrong?
Am I acting as if there's something wrong?
She's not missing so much as she's run away.
Put me down. Mother! Oh, God! Mother!
What are you running away from?
She looked like a wrong one to you.
It's not as if she were a maniac. She just goes a little mad sometimes.
Why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.
I think I've seen the other trailer, and the trailer for when I saw that film earlier is nothing like that. So that could be them having their own little fan-made trailer. And when I was skimming through their little thing of why they consider this to be a groundbreaking film, yeah, I agree with most of them. And then they say Night of the Living Dead is the second. And yeah, there's definitely I wonder what time White Zombie came out. Not the Rob Zombie thing. Okay, White Zombie came out in 1932. And there's plenty of other zombies before Night of the Living Dead. I think even a Smurfs episode has done zombies way before Night of the Living Dead. But apparently Night of the Living Dead is the most well-known film for being the first zombie film, which I disagree. I think the major disqualifier is if there's a film before that films before it that but that were before it, but I don't really consider Night of the Living Dead a groundbreaker. It's a good film. If you're a DVD collector, I'm surprised. I'm surprised with the Blu-ray format that here in the US there hasn't been like different distributors having different multi-packs with Night of the Living Dead, because ultimately Night of the Living Dead is a film that you're going to eventually have like several different copies of. It's a good film, but I don't really consider it a groundbreaker.
Can I see you for a second?
Why?
I'll show you when I get there. Okay, get off
No, but okay, what?
now.
I'll do it later.
Now!
I'll do Yeah, I don't consider Night of the Living Dead. That's kind of rude of her. Let's play this trailer. God damn it. Fuck me. As you can tell. Let's play this bitch. And while the trailer's going, I'm gonna
Welcome
skim.
to a night of total terror. Night of the living dead, the dead who live on living flesh. The dead whose haunted souls hunt the living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. Night of the living dead. A bizarre adventure in fear. An experience in shock, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. Night of the living dead. A night with the dead who cannot die. A night of total terror.
Well, their little blurb near the end.
Night.
Their little blurb near the end when they were going in detail.
Of the living dead.
Going in detail, saying that it's basically our perception of it that made it groundbreaking. I fucked up, and I know I did. Okay, next one up is The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a classic film. It's a classic film, and you gotta at least respect it for what it was, And honestly, when I watched it, I was kind of disappointed. I thought I was looking for a scary movie, but unfortunately, it wasn't scary at all. It was kind of boring, kind of Rob Zombie-ish, and you know, it was just basically if Rob Zombie done the Exorcist movie. Oh yeah, he did Lords of Salem. Haven't seen that film, but I bet you The Exorcist and Lords of Salem are practically the same film. But I respect it because it's a horror classic and a lot of people like it. I didn't care for it much, but hey, I would have put The Omen. The Omen is more of a groundbreaking movie than The Exorcist, but fuck it. Let's check it. Check out the trailer, and then I'm gonna read whatever, skim or read whatever the fuck. It depends on the length. The thing.
Somewhere between science and superstition, there is another world. The expected it.
All right, let's see what the...
Nobody believed it. And nothing could stop it.
There are no experts. You probably know as much about possession as most priests. Look, your daughter doesn't say she's a demon. She says she's the devil himself.
I'm telling you that that thing upstairs isn't my daughter. Now, I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!
The one hope. The only hope. The Exorcist.
Yeah, the little blurb, the little thing near the end, it says, even if you're not religious in any sense, The Exorcist will terrify you. Hey, I'm not religious. And this film doesn't fucking terrify me at all. So, fuck you, Exorcist. Just kidding. You have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. I actually like this film. I'd say that's a really terrifying film, and I agree to a certain extent its inclusion. No, actually, I disagree. Actually, I fucked up there. I disagree with this film's inclusion on this list because it wasn't groundbreaking. It was a good film. It was well done, but it ultimately wasn't groundbreaking. It didn't really do anything. Sure, it was way before Halloween. Even Black Christmas was way before Halloween, and it set up the horror genre in the 80s as we commonly know it as. So, yeah, let's check out the trailer. I'm just doing this because I feel like and stupid, but who cares?
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America. This is the movie that is just as real, just as close, just as terrifying as being there. Even if one of them survives, what will be left? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Also, when I was a little kid. All the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, especially the first one, the original 1974 film, and the 2003 remake and the prequel scared the shit out of me. Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4, good films as they are, didn't really terrify me as much. They were fun films, they're great films, but they didn't really do anything. And they had to have something like super fucking funny. Whatever. You have Halloween 1978 on the list. Let's play the fucking trailer because I'm cool like that.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago.
Michael?
Halloween.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory. Totally charted. Just talk. Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Boy, these early trailers are annoying as fuck. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. It's in the shitty, not the shittiness, the pure annoyance of them. This kind of makes them iconic. Kind of makes them have a charm. So it isn't typically bad. It adds to the iconic nostalgicness of them, which I understand. So, yeah. And
The night he came home.
I like how they their thing is that it says even though it's widely acknowledged that Black Christmas is the most likely originator of the FPS style murders. Yeah, but whatever. It's what they said about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre being this is Halloween's more realistic than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, I have to agree with that. Then you have Alien from 1979. I enjoyed the first four Alien films. Alien vs. Predator is a horrible film. Alien vs. Predator Requiem is just a fun film, and I love it for its shittiness. And it's just pure fun. It's not cheesy, but it's just a fun typical slasher film. It is nowhere up there with Alien and Aliens, because those were B movies being treated as Oscar-worthy films, and that's cool. I like that. They've done that, and Honestly, I don't really give a fuck about the Predator films. Predator 1, fun, but it was a shitty movie. It has a few fun elements, but it was a shitty fucking movie. Predator 2 wasn't enjoyable at all. I had a few good action scenes, but I ultimately didn't give a fuck about it. Predators was the worst out of all the Predator films. Was the worst out of all the Predator films. Alien vs. Predator, first one, is better than Predators. Prometheus was a great film. I love Prometheus. So we're about to check out the trailer for Alien. Fucking water. If you want to live the happy lifestyle, get some water in your daily activities. Don't give a fuck. Don't go somewhere. Fucking water. Tastes awful. Yeah. I like the trailer for it. I seriously like this trailer. This trailer is kind of badass. It's not badass. It's just terrifying, and it sets up the tone. It gives you a proper introduction to the tone of the film, and yeah, it gives you a good thing. Like in space, no one can hear you scream. Fucking classic. Yeah, I agree with their little blurb. Next one up is The Shining. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of The Shining. I'm just not. I'm not. Here's how it goes. Out of all Stanley Kubrick's filmography, Clockwork Orange is the only one that actually comes to mind as his best film. That's his best film, and I believe that none of his films have ever topped that film. Full Metal Jacket was a good film, but it ultimately it had Stanley Kubrick's style down. But Full Metal Jacket just wasn't up to snuff. And out of all of Stanley Kubrick's films, and I've seen a very limited amount of them, The Shining wasn't the shining gold as people claim it to be. It was decent. I don't know about groundbreaking. Fuck. Like you have Amityville Horror. You have Amityville Horror that is more deserving of this place. More deserving of this place on this list. But what the fuck ever. Let's check out the trailer.
I don't suppose they told you anything in Denver about the tragedy we had up here during the winter of 1970? Hired a man named Charles Grady as the winter caretaker. From what I've been told, he seemed like a completely normal individual. But at some point during the winter, he must have suffered some kind of a complete mental breakdown. He ran amok and killed his family.
Well, you can rest assured, Mr. Ullman, that's not going to happen with me.
That's right.
Mom, do you really know about moving out of afterwards?
Sure I do. It'll be lots of fun.
The only thing that can get a bit trying up here during the winter is a tremendous sense of isolation.
Is there something bad here?
I fear you will have to deal with this matter in the harshest possible way.
But you died. I killed you again.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. Here's Johnny.
Okay, I disagree with their quote here. It says, unlike the immediate shocks of Halloween, this film really stays with you in a truly haunting way. Okay. Which one is a more of a shocking environment? Which one is more like reality, like more of a reality situation? The only thing that The Shining has is that you're in isolation, but Halloween is close to you. There's multiple ways for you to get hurt, die in that film. It isn't immediate shocks. Fuck, Halloween is a better film, and I can't believe that these people are gonna be like, well, this is a truly inspirational film. It's pretentious. Fuck The Shining. You have a Nightmare on Elm Street. I agree with this addition on the list. Yeah, A Nightmare on Elm Street, great film. To me, the first four, 6 and 7, and Freddy vs. Jason are the best. The best of I meant the only good ones. 5 and the remake can suck a dick, but let's play the trailer. I'm gonna read this fucking blurb.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
We just see cuts happen.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know. What the coroner got to say?
He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend's hell, Nancy.
no one will survive. From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I agree with what they say. But the end sentence, I disagree. Precursor to Kevin McAllister in Home Alone. Sure, the ending is similar to Home Alone, but Nothing like that. Okay, you have Scream. I don't like any of the Scream movies. I think that they're fucking horrible films. Horrible films, but I respect them for what their contribution to the horror genre. So let's fucking see the trailer while I read the blurb.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Tell me your name, I'll tell you mine.
I don't think so.
What's that noise?
Popcorn.
You making popcorn?
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Someone is playing a deadly game.
It all began with a scream over 911.
Someone who's seen one too many scary movies. Now, he's taken his love of fear
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
one step too far.
Do you like scary movies?
What's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act. She's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a scary movie. Number 1, you can never have sex. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
Get another beer, you want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
He didn't make the rules.
The police are always off track, but they watch prom night and save time.
He just kills by them. Don't answer the phone. Don't open the door. Don't try to hide.
Everybody, the sunshine!
Not scared, are you?
Scream.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about their little blurb. Then you have Cabin in the Woods, which I love this film. I think Cabin in the Woods. I think Cabin in the Woods is one of the best films. Second best film of last year. First being Django Unchained, so let's play the trailer. I'll read the blurb.
Everybody ready? It's on the road.
Doesn't even show up on the GPS. It's unworthy of global positioning.
That's the whole point. Get off the grid, right?
Hello? I'm thinking this thing doesn't take credit cards.
Sign says closed.
We're looking for, what's it called?
Tillerman Road.
How's it get you there? Getting back. That's your concern.
Oh, this is awesome.
Whoa. No way.
The lambs have passed through the gate. They are come to the killing floor. Get this party started!
I seriously believe something weird is going on.
What is that thing?
We have to stay together. This isn't right. We should split up.
Yeah, good idea.
Really?
We gotta get out of here.
Somebody sent those things here to kill us.
You're missing the point. I want to see us finished.
Okay, then the blurb says, it's really on par with what your next is going to, Cabin in the Woods is really on par with what your next is going to do to Home Invasion. Okay. I guess if that's true, then I'll be fine. But I know that I'm gonna be hated for this. But fuck it. And I know that I have a hard on for these films. But From Dusk Till Dawn is a groundbreaking horror film. Well, to me, that's a groundbreaking horror film. Why the fuck isn't that on the list? I would put Dracula 2000 on the list. So I agree with what they're saying, but let's go. I'm gonna give you my list. There's few that I agree with, but the rule is that with this list is to not have anything on that list and just talk about like what I would consider. Okay, fuck, I don't know. I know I messed up. Fuck it. Yeah, you're next. Gonna play up the fucking trailer soon. Yeah, but come on. You could have at least had some vampire movies on there. There's some groundbreaking vampire films. But it seems like they totally just fucking bypass vampire films. Okay. I'm not saying this because it's my favorite movie of all time, From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm not saying that because it's my favorite movie of all time, but come on, From Dusk Till Dawn needed to be on the list. It's groundbreaking. It's the best film ever. It's the best film ever. It's a groundbreaking film. Why the fuck isn't that on the list? Dracula 2000. I'd say that's a pretty groundbreaking movie. Put that on the list. Fuck. Put 28 Days Later. I don't know. Okay. Let's check out your next trailer, because the recent trailers that I've seen for the film make it look like a fucking comedy. They say this cat, this ghost. It's just TV blurbs that go like, this cat, this starring this cat, starring this. Okay, let's fucking see this. 16 seconds of fucking ad.
Tomorrow,
oh,
it's fun to be scared.
Wow, they have your next advertisement right in front of your next trailer. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Rated R. Special 10 p.m. shows tonight.
That's fucking hilarious. What a fucking twist. That's just a small blurb in front of fuck.
I just want you all to know how much it means to us that you're all here.
Want to know what it looks really good? Magic, starring Michael Cera. And that's similar.
We thank thee for thy food, and help us to do our part. Kind words and loving deeds.
Amen.
If it gets dark, we go home.
What is that?
I don't see anyone.
How did anybody do this? They've been watching us for days.
looks fucking shitty. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.